If you're on Twitch, I know there's a lot of gamers out there. You got them Gotham Knights game is coming
Wait,
out next
it
week.
came out already? Oh,
Comes out, I think, 21st.
All right, so we're
okay.
rolling. You're watching GeekCast, everything sci-fi fantasy. This is part 2. We're just breaking things down, and keep going, guys. I'll be right back.
But
So
yeah,
Phoenix, I had a question for you because you said nothing really jumped out at you. Um,
Yes.
what's really what are you kind of looking for in the movie genres right now? Like, so the only thing that's really coming out are like superhero movies, really. Like, there's a couple. You got Amsterdam that's out that has like a star-studded cast, but that's not doing well in the theaters right now. Um,
Right. Right.
yeah. What else is out right now? The movie Smile is doing pretty good. The horror
Yeah.
film. Are you a horror film fan or?
I love. Oh, absolutely. I love superhero movies too, but I would say these days it's kind of hard to reinvent, you know,
Mhm.
just concepts in general because everything's been done and it doesn't mean it's less enjoyable. I just feel like, it's really hard to come up with something that's 100% original.
No, it's not. I mean, everything. It's just a matter of. Well, none of them are original because they're all coming from comic books, right? So most of
Right.
them. But I get it. Yeah, it's now it's about trying to introduce newer characters from a different comic book. There's a lot of comic book movies out there that people don't even know are comic book movies. They're not necessarily superhero movies, but they're
Mhm.
made from a comics. The Losers, that movie, The Losers, that came out years ago. That's a comic book. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah,
Kitchen. The Kitchen
yeah,
was off a DC
The
comic.
Kitchen. Yeah, and Road to Perdition. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like all of those movies, those are things like regular movies, but they were originally comics. Wanted, remember that with Angelina Jolie?
Mhm.
Wanted, that movie, that's a comic book. So there's a lot of comic book movies that you may not even know they're comic book movies, but
Yeah.
the big ones are dominating right now. I have to say about that movie Smile. I didn't watch it yet. I'm gonna go check it this week, but I think they had a great marketing plan.
Yo,
Like
yeah.
they took the playoffs and like
Mhm.
the baseball playoffs and stuff like that, and they hired actors just go there and like with this weird smile on their face and just stand there in the middle of the crowd, and it's just like the camera zooms in on them and just like got this crazy creepy smile on their face, and they did it like on all the different states where the playoffs was going on,
Yes.
and they had actors in the middle of the crowd. The camera was zooming on them, and they got this
Wow.
creepy smile on their face. And
Mhm.
that was their marketing. I said that was brilliant. I think
Mhm.
Wow.
because a lot of people was watching the playoffs, the
Yes.
baseball playoffs and stuff like that. And they did it too. I think they did it on football too. It was just I thought that was interesting. It was different, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have like a couple of things that I wanted to bring up. Did anybody see the trailer for Creed 3?
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of them.
I saw the trailer for Creed 3.
What is your opinion about it? Was it
Um,
enough or you're still waiting for more?
no, I don't. I don't want to. I don't like to see too much in a trailer. I think they showed enough because I mean I automatically we're all probably creators like my creative mind goes to work and I'm just like let me figure out now what's good if it's this guy's story
Right,
but
right.
I did enjoy it. I like it. I think it was cool. I'll tell you why I liked it. I didn't think about Rocky. I didn't think about Sylvester Stallone. And I know he's not in the movie, but that
Right.
bummed me out at first. But I'm not bummed out anymore because I look at the story, what they're developing, and it kind of takes away from the traditional Rocky stuff a little bit, which I'm cool with.
Did you see Creed 2?
I did.
What happened in that one? Was it just like the Ralph Walden's son fought him? Is that
Yeah. It was the son of Drago that wanted to. It was funny because it was focused some of it was focused on Drago a little bit, kind of showing what he went through after Rocky beat him in his own country, and he got banned and shamed, and his wife left him and all this stuff, and he just kind of was just like exiled, and he raised his son, but him and his son had a bad relationship and stuff like that. So they dug a little bit into the Drago family a little bit to kind of show you what happens. But yeah. So I mean, that's where it was cool. I liked. I mean, so far I liked both of the Creeds. I think Sylvester Stallone did really good in the second one. Playing the sidelines as Rocky, and I really thought he did a good job. I was a little bummed out that he decided to step back from this one, and but when I just saw this trailer, given the setup of the story, which it kind of seems like he's running into this kid that was like a childhood friend of his.
Correct.
And he went to jail for like 18 years, half his life. And the only thing I'm thinking about is what the hell did he do at that age to go to jail for 18 years? Did they murder somebody? I'm just thinking, and now this guy's sitting there wondering, watching what he said to him. I think the line was something like, "I'm sitting in jail watching you live my life." You know what I'm saying? I'm better than you. I've always been better than you. I never got a chance to prove it. And I'm seeing you live my life with all of the glamour and, money and whatever. And he's just a little jealous, a little angry. He probably feels forgotten. You know what I mean? Because he's like, he didn't even remember him when he first saw him. He's like, oh, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, no, go. Keep talking.
Okay. And he's just like, oh, you don't remember me, huh? Then he had to look for a minute and say, oh, man. So it's like, he definitely has some animosity there. And I'm wondering, I'm just throwing this out there, I don't know anything on the inside. I'm wondering if it was actually Michael B. Jordan, if it was Adonis that did the crime and did this guy do the time. That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because this dude got a lot of time.
And a lot of animosity.
You're right. A lot of animosity, a lot. And he's because of that made me feel like there's a little more to that story. Right. And I don't want them to show us in the trailer. I'm just saying, I think there's a little more to that story. I think, because his girl's asking him, like, what is it with y'all? And he's like, yeah, he was like family. And I'm just like, I'm wondering if he took
I think you
charge.
I think you figured it out.
If he took a charge for Adonis, and now Adonis blows up and don't even remember him. Don't drop him no dough, no nothing. You making all this money, and now here I am. I'm coming out now.
It could have been the classic, oh, I know you couldn't handle it. And I know people that have done that. Yeah. They went to jail for someone else because they knew if you went to jail, you would not survive.
Me too.
Jonathan
I know that for sure.
Majors. Let's just throw his name around. Jonathan Majors is...
I love him.
I'm not a fan of that many people. Okay?
We know that.
Because the bar is... There's Denzel. There's... There's Sidney Poitier.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Once you start throwing certain ones,
you one of those people that be like compare people to like legends. That girl can't sing. Now Patti LaBelle, she can sing. She can sing.
But now one thing I have to just like Denzel, there's a pattern, there's a thing. There's this face that Jonathan Majors always makes, no matter what he's acting in, which I'm like, but he's human. Yeah. It is what it is. But he's Jonathan Majors. He's my guy. I want to see this for him.
He's major.
He's major.
So we got Killmonger versus Kang the Conqueror.
Kang the Conqueror with Valkyrie watching the sideline.
Wow, you just broke that down. That's facts. But that also tells you though, Hollywood, there are tons of talented black people. You don't have to hire the same four. Just saying.
Yeah, but I think that was smart to get Jonathan Majors for this.
Oh, for sure.
He's really good.
He has the physique. not many of the.
He really, and he bulked up for this. He
Okay.
had it already, but he is diesel.
Yeah.
Like he bulked up for this. And I say this about him, just from that trailer. The reason why we all just said what we said about the movie, you could see that pain, man. He has pain in his eyes and his actions. Just from the little bit of the trailer, you can see that animosity and that pain.
Right.
And I think the pain digs deeper, and it has something to do a little more personal, and that's gonna probably mess with Adonis when they fight.
And and you know what? That's an ode to the man, the legend, Mr. T. Because Mr. T's character, through the whole Rocky legacy, is the only character that you felt, thought of, and could connect to when it came to pain. Like, he came from nothing and made himself something, and he's like, I have to win. I'm gonna win. And based on that pain, that's why he won. And that was the whole push-pull of that, where Rocky now had to lose and feel some pain to get back.
To actually get back there. And I'm gonna tell you this: I did a couple years ago, we did on our show that we did like the top 10 villains list, and I had him on there. I said, "Yo, I'm sorry, Clubber Lang he's in my top 10 villains list because he was able to get under Rocky's skin."
Right.
Something that he never really had made Rocky lose his cool. You never saw that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And like you said, even though the way he was coming at it, a lot of people first glance at it looked like he was on his bully stuff,
Right.
But he really was just like, yo, it's my time. I'm tired of sitting back watching this dude. And he also knew what people missed. He also knew the inner workings of the business, of how dirty it is. And he's like, I'm sitting there watching this dude winning setup fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, these setups. What do you mean? What you talking? They got setups. And then Rocky finds out that they kind of were setups. You know what I mean? Because it was like not per se full-fledged setups, but they were handpicked, as Mickey said, right? They were not. They're handpicked. He's like, what?
I was trying to protect you, Rock.
I was trying to protect you. Kid, I was trying to protect you. It's just like,
I love you, Rock. I love you.
Yeah, they ate thunder and crap lightning. So it's like he says all that, but at the same time, he's like, yo, you've been carrying me my whole career.
Right.
Like, I may not be able to beat this guy because I've never fought nobody who really fight like this since Apollo. So, and he pointed that out. A lot of people missed that. He was like, yo, Creed's like, I'm not, not Creed. Clubber Lang was like, I'm not with the bull-ish. We're going to go in here and knock it out.
Now, before I forget, Dayveonne, you said there's a new Hellraiser?
Yeah. It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Is this a series or a film?
Nah, just a film. It's a film on Hulu. It's kind of like a re-imaging. It's not connected to the first or anything, but it does have a little bit of the first feel. Clive Barker actually did kind of oversee. I think he was a consultant on this, so you didn't lose that feel. There's new Cenobites and
so it's like a reboot, like a fresh.
Like a re-imaging, of it. Yep, exactly. Okay. Like a retelling of it, because the Pinhead character is actually a female, and she looks badass. Yeah. She looks really badass, and I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
Same here. Like I had to watch it again. I was like, okay, this is not a bad Hellraiser.
No.
Like, I could watch this.
Yeah. It was better than some of the sequels of Hellraiser. It did give me a little bit of that original Hellraiser feel. Like I said, Clive Barker did have his hands on this somewhere. He didn't direct it or anything like that or write it or whatever, but he was within arm's reach.
Probably was a consultant.
Consultant, yeah. Probably was a consultant.
Am I going to be scared?
Well, were you scared from the first Hellraiser?
I don't remember it.
uh,
Sir Michael.
I don't know. See,
Like, I remember it and I don't remember. Like, I'd have to watch it again. I was too little.
Hellraiser to me was never really scary. Any of them, they were creepy and a little gory because they were like back then when those movies came out. They were like an introduction to like gore movies, other than the George Romero movies like the Night of the Living Dead and all that stuff. But other than those movies, Hellraiser was kind of like because at that time we've already had Friday 13th, we've already had Halloween, we've had Nightmare on Elm Street. So like Hellraiser was that. Oh, this is kind of gory with this stuff going on, but it's I won't say you'll be scared, but you might be interested.
Phoenix, you saw it too?
I did not.
No, check it out. It's on Hulu. Yeah. Did you ever are you aware of the original Hellraiser?
I'm aware of it. I haven't given it a watch, to be honest. I did watch some of the new Dahmer series on Netflix.
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch that.
What's it called?
Why not?
Dahmer.
Oh, how was that?
Watch it.
It was done well. I'm gonna say this. It was very well written. What's the gentleman's name who created that shit? I can't think of his name right now, but he's a great writer. He created, American Horror Story. He did Nip Tuck. Is that guy who created them? Nip Tuck, American Horror Story. There's a lot of stuff he's done. He wrote it well because he wrote it where he didn't do like what I complained about Rob Zombie doing. He didn't try to make us feel for Dahmer.
Okay.
He didn't try. He didn't try to make us. He didn't try to justify Dahmer's actions.
Good.
He actually kind of focused. He did something a little different. He focused a little more from the victims' perspectives, right? So that's why it's a tough watch. It is a tough watch because you feel for these victims, man.
Wow.
That's going on. But yes, it's definitely some origin of him, and it shows some of the things. But it's not like, oh, he became this monstrous killer because he was getting beat or something. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't nothing like that. It just literally showed from. It started with his perspective, him and his parents and whatever, and then like midway through, it kind of switched perspectives and kind of like show from and then also you have the neighbor, the woman who lived next to him for so many years and was trying to tell the cops what was what she suspected was going on. It also pointed out in the series how, especially back then, the police, they just didn't want anything apart to do with if you was homosexual or especially if you're black and homosexual. Yeah. It was like double whammy, you know what I mean? So literally trying, it's not like, so he's been doing this over a course of like 10 years and was getting away with it.
Wow.
And it's not like he didn't even kill everybody. Some people even got away from him. And, there's a scene, and I'm not going to spoil it for nobody, but there's a scene where one of the people, his potential victims, got away from him and tried to tell the cops, and they was like, you sure about that? Wow. It's like, this man tried to kill me. They're like, turn to him like, did you try to kill him? No. Okay. It's like that type of, that's the vibe that they had. And it was like, it was really bad. And they really, it was really wild. But I think it was well written. Niecy Nash did a really good job acting in it. She did a really good job acting in it. I think everyone, the guy, Evan Peters.
Yeah.
Quicksilver from the Fox.
And he's
from the Fox X-Men.
A great actor in American Horror Story.
Oh, he's a really good actor, man. That dude can act, man. And he really killed this, man. No pun intended. But yeah. I was trying to find the right word. I don't know if I was gonna say killed it. I was gonna say he bodied it, and I'm like,
did he murder it?
Did he murder it? He murdered this role, and I'm just like, Jesus, man, I can't. I can't find the right word. The appropriate word. I can't. The youngins say today. They say stuff like, "Yo, he ate that." I'm like, nah, that's not the right word.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm like, oh my god.
But his main focus was eating black men, right?
Well, it wasn't just that. It was just it's a little
Because he didn't
deeper than
attack
that,
women,
too.
did he?
No, he only attacked men because
Other gay men, I
yeah,
believe.
other gay
Oh,
men. It
wow.
wasn't always all black men either, because some of his other victims were not black. And as a matter of fact, and earlier he kind of like not became a problem with his environment, but I think he realized once he moved into this black neighborhood, which is probably what he could afford at the time. I think he realized once he may have done his first kill of a black victim that, oh man, I can get away with this because there that neighborhood was not getting the attention of the police.
Right.
So he was able to fly under the radar.
Wow.
But at first, his potential victims, he was going to like bathhouses and stuff with men, but most of them were white men he was going with, and he would try to drug them or whatever, and he ended up getting banned from the bathhouses because they were like, "Yo, this dude is in here drugging people,"
Wow.
So, I mean, it's real deep. So, I'm not gonna say he just he woke up and said, "I want to go eat some black people." It wasn't that. He really just wanted to. I mean, I don't know what he wanted to do. He was, but like I said, I think that he kind of just ended up in that neighborhood, and then he would go pick them up, at these gay bars, and and the thing was, I think he was more into the, I don't know, the after the kill. You know what I mean? Like the exploring, because he was into like dissecting and going into things even when he was a kid. So like that part of it is what really, got him off actually after he opened them up. I mean, literally with the nah.
That's kind of weird because there are like serial killers that actually get off by killing people. So I was kind of
in the show, the police find the photos that he takes himself to document his process. But I think it's interesting that the actor Evan Peters has statements where he talks about him playing this role of Jeffrey Dahmer, and he doesn't actually want to glamorize this at all, and he just wants to document, show how kind of like from an outsider's perspective instead of how many horror series end up kind of allowing the audience to sympathize. He wanted the opposite. He wanted to really respect the victims and respect the horror of the whole thing truly, instead of in the past I feel like some horror movies and docudramas have like glamorized it in a way.
Yeah, like I said, even with, I keep going back to Mr. Rob Zombie. I felt that, it wasn't necessary to, and that's a fictional character. You take a fictional Michael Myers, I don't think it's necessary. We've seen, a trillion movies of this character, and I don't think it's necessary for you to. It was different because no one ever saw his origin, but I don't think it was necessary to try to show his origin and try to dissect why, or the why, because even in the Jeffrey Dahmer, and this is not just this movie, there's been so many movies about him, and this is public knowledge, public record. The mother wanted to, even back when Jeffrey Dahmer died, what I'm saying, like the mother wanted to have his brain studied by science to try to figure out why he did what he did, and the father objected to that. And in the court is like, you know what? No. We're gonna just destroy the body. I mean, destroy the brain along with whatever. Because sometimes you don't need to know the why. Sometimes people are just evil.
Joker.
Like Joker, exactly. Sometimes you're just a Joker.
So I have a tech moment.
Okay, go ahead.
So speaking of Dahmer on Netflix, have you noticed that Netflix has rolled out a new subscription package? It's a little cheaper than the regular subscription package, but it includes ads. Furthermore, in their third quarter, they've had an explosive 2.4 million new subscribers, and also announced that they're looking to possibly stream video games. Is Netflix looking to monopolize on entertainment in general, or what do you guys think?
I think so. I think so. Because then Netflix used to rent video games back in the day when they used to send DVDs to people. They used to rent video games as well. So I could definitely. I'm surprised they haven't done that long time. Right. As far as streaming and as far as the ad base. That's something. This is something. As Sarah probably knows, I've probably said it to you a million times. I've been calling this for years, like about the streaming stuff. They're all going that route because Disney just did it too. Disney Plus is now, I believe, starts this month. They're going to start rolling into an ad based situation, and you can pay a little more for your subscription to not have ads. Yeah, just like Hulu and all that stuff. And a lot of that stuff is going up. Netflix introduced the lower, like she just said, the lower subscription, but you have ads. And that may bring some people in, bring some people back. But the ad base is about as close to television as you're gonna get. So it's definitely bringing in that money. Netflix has been spending, like it's going out of style, and they realize we got to start bringing some more money in.
Right.
Other than subscriptions, because when you reach your
model
peak,
is a debt-based model where they borrow $200 million, but then, or like what was it? I think it was 200 or 500 million. But then all of a sudden now it's worth $1 billion. So they've been playing this game of, all right, we're broke. Oh, but it's worth more. Yes, we got more equity. Oh, but it's broke.
Yeah.
But the scary thing about that, it could explode at any time. So we shall see.
Especially with all of the competition now, because see, when they were the big dogs, kind of doing this. Then you got Amazon. Everybody started doing it, under them. Now all of the studios have their own streaming service now,
and Disney.
So they're all like
about to connect.
Yep. Yeah, they already are. Disney owns Hulu. They own the majority share of Hulu. Yeah. They've think they have for a while. Remember, Hulu used to be like Disney and like NBC or whatever. But they have the controlling thing of it, and that's why literally myself, my package on Disney Plus, there's a $20 package where you get all of it. You get Disney Plus, Hulu, no commercials, all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. So
on that note, we are out of time. Everybody give your social media so people can follow you and support the projects and things you're working on.
Dayveonne Bussey on all the things except for Twitter and Twitch. Jamal Williams.
Phoenix Sparks _official on Instagram and Twitch.
And I'm at the director, DA director, on everything. DA director.
Cool. And
no underscores, nothing.
Nothing. Just straight nothing. And Michael7Michael on Instagram, and you can look at the links and find everything there. Thank you so much for watching GEEKCASTER, GEEKCASTER.com. If you're watching us on cable, thank you. If you're watching us on IG, thank you. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. And of course, you could always go to the website and watch all the old shows. You're watching GEEKCASTER. Thank you very much. Shout out to all our folks on Twitch, and we're out of here.